A-T. It's in the name.
Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast. On today, we celebrate the man, the myth, the legend, the all-pro counselor, Ben Hayes' birthday will be on Thursday after we release this episode. So we're going to do a little Ask Ben Hayes anything. We got stuff from Facebook. We got stuff from the genius mind of Will Mahan. We'll get to those questions right after this important message. This episode of the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast is brought to you by the Heritage event featuring Nate Oates, Saturday, August 23rd at the Renaissance Shoals Conference Center. This show kicks off at 7 p.m., doors open at 6:15, and table sponsors enjoy an exclusive dinner starting at 5 p.m. Reserve your table of 10, explore a variety of sponsorship opportunities, or grab your general admission tickets today. Contact Tammy Dial at tdial, D-I-A-L, at hcu.edu or visit www.hcu.edu for more info. I'm Travis Creasy, still at Riverside Christian Academy, Riverside Church of Christ, for a few more days. That is the youth minister who is rocking and rolling through Vacation Bible School. He also jumps on here with us from occasionally, does a little walk for water, and then, you know, he's just the best dad around too. So, Will, how's it going?
Best dad, as you can, if you had a really good microphone, you could hear one of my kids screaming in the other room. So Lindsay got home. He hasn't screamed. And the moment she walked in, he just lost his mind. So I don't know if she's been praying for patience or if someone has been praying for patience for her, but the Lord is currently answering. But last time I was in this room, he was not even born, and now we have a 7-week-old, almost 8-week-old. So pretty cool how it works.
Since you've been on here with us?
Maybe in this room. I maybe jumped on one somewhere else. But
somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah, I remember staring at his crib last time and going, man, he's not here yet. That's going to be interesting. And now he is making himself heard today. So, but things are good.
Of course, that's the birthday boy himself, the all-pro counselor, 3-Chord Counseling, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, pulpit minister, and I'm sure helping out with VBS at Highland Park this week as well. Ben Hayes, what's going on, man?
I'm just feeling old. You know, I got home from last night and I was like, I am like toasted. So there was a lot of fun, but I was running the game room and pretty tired. It's going to be another tiring one tonight because we got an obstacle course set up. So we're going to see how that goes, especially with the little ones. I'm just hoping they don't, start screaming and not do it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, let's get right down to business. I'm jumping in, lightning round. These are all close-ended questions. We'll get to Will. We got some on Facebook we might throw at you. This is close-ended, should be fairly easy. Number one, Ben, coffee or tea as you round the corner headed to 45?
I'm leaning more towards coffee now. I've kind of got no sugar. I can't do a whole lot of sugar anymore, so tea's just not as appealing. So probably more coffee now, but tea used to be it. Yeah.
All right. Are you more of a morning person or a night owl? I know the answer to this, but
I'm probably more of a night owl. I don't like getting up in the morning.
Yeah. You do pretty well with both, though. I mean, we got some really fun singing at Maywood, and honestly, I think you've passed me in energy in the morning. I'm just going to be honest.
I mean, I can do both, but especially if I'm keeping the late hours, the early mornings are a little tougher now. So,
all right. Do you prefer books, movies, or podcasts for storytelling?
Ooh, if I'm going just podcast or books, I would say podcasts or audiobooks. I really like to listen to stories more than I like to read them, just because I fall asleep reading. But I love visuals on movies. So, it just kind of depends, but I've really gotten into listening to podcast stories. So I'm pretty big on that. I'll go podcast.
All right. Will, you're up. What you got?
So Ben, we have been coworkers we're in the 10th year. I don't know if you knew that. That just shows you how old we are. But through all of this is the one question I get from every person is, you work with Ben Hayes. It seems like he has 17 jobs with 40 kids, yet he seems to be so chill and just happy all the time. And so we want to know, what is the secret to having 5 kids, going 1,000 different directions with 18 jobs, preaching every week, church members? How do you stay so happy? Like, what's the key here?
Ooh, I've tried my best to realize through the years that there is not much, or that there's few things that I really have control over. So the things that I generally worry about, or that if I do start worrying about, that's where I have to tell myself, okay, look, you can't control that part, but control the things you can control, deal with the things that you can deal with. And so it may be jumping back and forth. And there's times when I'm not as chill and happy as maybe I appear to be. There's some days that, I feel kind of down in the dumps, and you guys probably hear that more than the rest of the world does, but I don't always feel like it's a great thing to share all of the negativity that I experience online to everybody. So I let you guys have it a little bit more, not in a bad way, I hope, but I just, we share each other's burdens. So don't let it fool you. I have my stressful days. I have my down days. My wife and you guys could tell that story, I'm sure, but thankfully y'all are pretty good about not sharing it. But I think it's just realizing what I control and what I don't. That's a big thing. And I just try to sometimes take a few moments and breathe in between the things I'm doing and move on to the next task. I'm a pretty task oriented person. So I keep a list in my phone of all the things I got to get done, and it's growing this week. It's huge. So getting a little stressed this week about it, but I think it'll be all good in the end.
Well, all right. Go ahead, Will.
I was just saying, that's what everybody wants to know. That's the only, nobody asks about your lessons. Nobody asks about, any of that. It's just how is he so happy? So there's everybody's answer right there. You're welcome.
From the Facebooks, the poet, warrior poet himself, Bill Beck.
Okay.
Other than Highland Park, where is your favorite place to preach? And I'm going to go ahead and throw out all of the churches that you've preached at full time. So I
can't mention them.
Yeah, this is just like I'm on the road. I've been out I've been everywhere, man. And so if you got to do top 3, that's fine. But where's your favorite place to preach?
Maywood.
That include,
It could include Maywood.
It can include Maywood. This is just full time. You've worked there, as a youth minister. Those are out, so we don't hurt any feelings.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to think on that one. That one's kind of tough. If you throw all those out, because I got to think about. I love going just because of the people. There's several places obviously we've been to. But I really enjoy going out to Fordland, Missouri, where our friend Craig Ray was at. That's just kind of become almost another family that I've never worked there, but I've been there several times and done several things. So definitely enjoy going and preaching there. I like going back home. Jacksonburg was never a full time. I guess I did a summer gig there with Gary for a little while, but I like going back home to Jacksonburg and preaching when I get a chance. I wasn't sure if you threw that one out or not. So.
Oh, you're good. They count. You can use them.
And I love Maywood, obviously. That one's always a fun one to go back and preach at Maywood. So I'd give all those guys, probably the top answer.
All right. So number next. What's something you could talk about for hours without getting bored? And once again, we'll throw out anything spiritually, the Bible, so you don't feel pressured to say that. What could you talk about that maybe would shock people, that maybe people don't assume about you, that you could just talk about? And you're a preacher, so hours of talking about anything should be pretty easy.
Probably the two things I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy hunting, so that's probably the one. I don't know that would shock the people who know me. That probably wouldn't shock, but people who know me the best. But it might would to some because I guess I don't spend a whole lot of time talking about it. But I love hunting. I love the outdoors, that sort of stuff. That'd probably be the top of the list. Um, I like to. I like to talk about like movies and stuff too. So I could talk a while about different movies and different things. I'm not always great at every detail of every movie, but it kind of depends on the ones we're talking about. So
All right, Will, what you got? You got anything else?
Yeah, I want to know your favorite politician. No, just joking. I want to know your what is your favorite sports memory that you have lived through, or that you recall or remember, but not like back in the 50s or 60s. I want to know what was it during your life.
One's a little bit tough because there's been several that I've really enjoyed. When it comes to Alabama, probably, when I was a kid, I remember just loving watching the 92 championship. That was pretty solid. I love the play that Teague runs down and strips the ball and pushes him to the ground and takes off. Was it Lamar? Was that who it was? Lamar Thomas?
Lamar Thomas, yeah. Talked about how slow Alabama was all week.
Oh, yeah. And then he just kind of shut him up. I think that was cool. One of the coolest things that I've experienced when I was there live was, and it wasn't really sports related as much, but I was sitting in Bryant-Denny, and this was way back before there was an upper deck on one side of it. So the side that kind of you can see Denny chimes in the background. Mm-hmm. I think I was sitting on the home side, and the guest side didn't have the upper deck. And so I could see Denny chimes, and a thunderstorm came up. I was with my brother, and lightning struck. And I don't know if it hit Denny chimes or if it struck behind Denny chimes, but I watched the streak come to the point of Denny chimes and then just fan out and go back up. And they were like, all right, everybody go underneath. So we all had to, and I think there was 2 or 3 of the assistant coaches. I think they were playing Ole Miss, if I remember right. And I think 2 or 3 of their coaches, the boxes actually like shocked them, electrocuted them. Not like killed them or anything, but buzzed them, and they threw their headsets or whatever because it got pretty close. So that was just a cool visual.
They need that clip for when they play Thunderstruck in the stadium.
I wish I had a recording of that.
You could have made a lot of money on selling that video, that picture. So we go back to Facebook, and of course we'll do this one. This one's pretty quick. Ellen Thorne on Facebook asks, is it the journey or the destination?
I think it's the journey. And I guess it depends on what we're talking about, but we do a thing with our group that says, when I do these groups, it's, which is more important, the process or the product? And the product's good, but if you give me a hamburger, I also want to know that the process was good. I want to know that how you fixed it was okay. So I think there's so much to be said about the journey, what you get out of it as you go along. And so, we're talking about heaven. Yeah, heaven's a great destination, but also part of the journey is doing the right things while I'm here and bringing as many people with me as I can. So I guess it all depends, but I'd say most of the time the journey there, enjoy it.
All right. Personal one from me, and it's kind of a 2-parter. Let's go spiritual first, because I think we would all say that's the most important. If you could wave your wand, your magic wand, which that's probably going to get me in trouble saying magic, spiritual, all that stuff. If you hate Harry Potter, go somewhere else. I don't even like Harry Potter myself, but not for those reasons. You could wave your wand and you could have everybody, or every Christian, right? If I said everybody, you'd say, well, they would know Jesus. And of course, that's what we want. But every Christian could have the understanding of this, that you feel like you've kind of come to this understanding that they would just get that. What would it be? What do you think? It can be a verse. It can be a spiritual thing, discipline, but they just got it, and it can be selfish. It might make your life easier. It probably make everybody's life easier. And then you may answer to this one. This may come easier, whichever one. From a mental health standpoint, right? Once again, of course, we want everybody to know Jesus. We think that would help everybody's mental health. That's what we believe here. But one mental health thing or teaching or, practical practice that you would get everybody, they just got it and they would just do it.
I think it's going to dovetail together. And I think that is,
that's why you're a pro at this.
I think that one of the chapters that I've come to say, if everything else went away and we had it and we could keep it, you're going to love it. Romans, and it's Romans 12. That's right. If there's one, Will already knew it's coming. If everybody,
you need to pick out a chapter of Romans to be yours too, and then we'll have the whole thing.
There you go.
Romans 8, Romans 12. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, I think Romans 12 just has so much about who we are supposed to be. And if we could really get down the teaching of Romans 12 from the beginning of, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, don't be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so there's where the mental health part is. And then it talks about service, and then it gives all sorts of little practical tips about how we live with each other, show hospitality, take care of each other, live at peace with all people as much as is within you, so there's just so many little practical things. And then even in the end about how we treat those that we consider to be our enemies. Don't be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. There's just so much about that is your life is really about what you do with it. It's not about what happens around you. It's not about what happens to you, but it's about how you deal with it and how you handle it. So whether it's your enemies or whether it's people that need to be served, what are you doing with your life?
All right, Will, we're going to come back to you in just a minute, but I'm going to ask the crowd listening at home a quick question in our Q&A. If you've not signed up for the 4th annual Tony Pop Rogers Staying Alive Disco Dodgeball Tournament, what are you doing with your life? Get it together. If you can be with us at Marceau Bible School, Florence, Alabama, 10 a.m. Saturday, August 16th. We're going to throw a bunch of dodgeballs at each other. And don't worry, they're not the rip your face off dodgeballs. They're the little softy ones that, only hurt a little bit. Actually, they don't hurt at all. Actually, you'll just hurt your arm trying to throw them as hard as you can. And if you can't be there, share the live stream, interact with the live stream, comment, watch your favorite people get hit in the face with dodgeballs. We've got sponsors. We just need teams. And if you do all that with the live stream, you'll be entered to win some merch, maybe some cash. I don't know what we're giving away just yet, but make sure to be planned to be there with us. Will, what you got for Ben?
So I want to know your favorite preacher. Now, would like for that to be someone that is currently preaching.
Okay.
Because maybe we want to go listen to their sermons. Maybe some of us don't have good preachers, and so we need to, have something fulfilled on Sunday.
Present company excluded, so we're not going to be offended when
I wasn't going to pick your
list anyway.
Just kidding. Oh man,
I'll give you 2 so that you don't make somebody feel bad.
All right. Oh, you give me 2.
I'll give you 2.
I can pick 2.
I don't want any of your friends to start dogging you.
They're all going to feel bad. I mean, I've got several that I could listen to and that I love listening to.
Too.
But probably I love the way David Shannon. Sorry, I was getting a couple of people. David Shannon tells stories. I love the way he brings stuff together, tells things and brings it all in, and just the way he preaches. I think I love to hear David. Well,
you only got one more, so don't screw it
up. Probably already have. Man, I'm just going to stick with him because I like several. I mean, I could. I'm going back and forth. I love to hear like Chris Miller. I like to hear Chris speak. He does a good job. Of course, I love to hear Lonnie speak, but I'm going to say he's one of those present company, even though he's not in here.
I should have said not been, they haven't been on the podcast. They have to
there you
that.
go. So
there we go. Two that have not been on the show. And
but I can listen to now when I said storytelling, I can listen to Lonnie tell stories all day because his storytelling is phenomenal. So go listen to his podcast. There's a little shameless plug. It's good. So
booyah. I like it. All right. We'll go back to the Facebook if I can get it pulled up here. Of course, Karen, man, always friend of the show. She says, complete this statement. When I was a kid, I thought blank, but when I grew up, I realized blank.
So this is kind of a funny one. I've shared this with Blake a few times, but our family was such hardcore Alabama fans that I thought for some reason I had equated like Christianity almost with that, how we confuse things even today, Christianity with America or whatever, but I had it confused that, like the only right way to live your life was to be an Alabama fan. And I felt sorry for Auburn fans. Like I thought that they were like lost, or something.
Hard. I mean, they're not lost.
I don't know.
Pity
I don't know why my mind did that for some reason, but nobody ever said it. But for some reason, that was in my head. And
man, there's an illustration there. But as I move to Dothan, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I hear you. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I thought that, and now I know better. That I have some good friends who, we just cheer for a different team. It's okay.
So for the hardcore helping healing humor, as in Batify, people who listened way when this first thing got started, right? First season, one of our first episodes, if not the first trial run, was called Unpopular Opinion. And so here's one for you. Is there a popular trend, food, activity that you just don't enjoy? Like everybody else thinks, man, this is the best thing going. And you're just, I don't really see the big deal, the hype.
About food or
whatever. It can be whatever. It could be Arch Manning. It could be any of those things. You just don't get the hype.
Oh, man, I have to think on that one a minute. I'm kind of the opinion I will try most things, at least try them once, whether it's food or whatever else. I will drink black coffee, just straight black coffee, but I've had to acquire that taste, and I don't enjoy it the way that I wish I did. I wish I was like, oh yeah, just give me black coffee. I'm a man, it's just like, I'm not as into that. And I don't know if that's a hugely popular thing anymore, but I think among guys it is. And sometimes I wonder, do they just do it because they want to be able to say, I'm a guy and I drink black coffee? Because there's times I don't know if that tastes that good. And I've had some that I do, but Mike Brooks, man, I mean, you can almost stand a spoon up in his coffee. It's so black, it's so thick, but it's I'll drink it, but I don't know how he drinks like a whole pot of it, because I would be, I'd be in a coma or something. Yeah.
Twitching.
Yeah.
So I've got one, I'm not trying to be morbid, just because I think this is going to be funny. If I die before both of you at my funeral, we're going to play Go Rest High.
Absolutely.
Just because I want one last laugh of misery.
That's amazing.
Oh, you guys should have been there. And I'm telling the story because we laughed about it afterwards. Okay. I did a funeral last week and they played it. Mm-hmm. And I started laughing. I didn't laugh first, but the whole front row. So Asia and Iva were in your youth group. Asia was in mine. Iva was in yours. Their grandfather passed away. And when she called me to tell me that they were going to play that song, the mom actually said, look, Dad loved this song, so we're going to play it. But I know how people think about it. And she was like, it was so great the first couple of times.
Yeah.
And so she's like, but we're going to play it. So as soon as it hit, the whole front row, her daughters, everybody started laughing, smiling, because they were like, he's making us listen to it one last time.
See, that's
so,
me. Like
you guys,
the misery that I'm going to put y'all through if I go first is going to be.
It's not the song; it's the interlude in the song. The music.
I know it takes forever.
Like there's a whole verse of just music that there's no words, and it's like, why did you stick that in there anyway?
And I may, of course, not a lot of people know, probably podcast. My brother is a mortician and funeral director. So I may have him, if he's still living, play it as everybody's walking in, make y'all sit there, and then play it on the way out as well.
What if it's the only song playing like when people are doing the visitation for a solid?
I may do that too, just to make y'all's life miserable.
Torture.
You know, and I'm going to be laughing from eternity with the Lord. But I want to know, what is your funeral song? Like, what would you want to be played at your funeral?
Ooh.
And it could be to make us miserable, or it could be I really liked it.
Oh, what is my funeral song? It can be in any genre, right?
It can be anything, because I'm gonna make y'all sit through Vince Gill. So.
It's a sappy one. I don't know if I really want it, but if I'm talking about one that's one of my favorites as of recently, that's instrumental, like kind of not a worship song, is it called Scars or Scars in Heaven, Casting Crown? It talks about the only scars in heaven are on the hands that hold you now. So it's talking about how tough life can be, and the stuff that you go through. I like that one, and I like Hymn of Heaven. So, well, you could do either one of those, and I'd be happy. I think.
Nice.
I'd probably make a few people cry, but I like them.
Yeah, I'm gonna make y'all laugh. Ben's gonna make you cry. There you go.
Shout out to Rebecca Sale. I would like to know who his favorite child is. We're going to skip that one. Berntilda. Let's see. Bart Holmes. Who's your favorite cousin? Obviously answered. Blake Holland. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
So I have an answer for that. Number one, it's kind of a faulty question, Blake, because
he needs an actual number of wood blocks.
Yeah, but see, this is tough because number one, you didn't tell me if this is, how big this woodchuck is. Is this like a Arnold Schwarzenegger, woodchuck, or is it a smaller one? What's the time limit? Are we talking about? Is this an hour?
Y'all getting into word problems on my day.
I'm telling you, like, is it that? Is it? Do I have a day? Is it in their lifetime? So my answer, Blake, is he'd chuck enough wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
I like it. And then Pam Skidmore Lenz, what is your favorite birthday gift as a child? And did you share it with me? And then after this one, if Will has one, after Will gets done, we'll jump to another lightning round and we'll wrap this sucker up.
I wish I could remember a lot of my birthday presents as a kid, but I'm guessing that 99% of them, at least during one area of our life, was likely G.I. Joe or He-Man. And the answer would be, I got some pretty cool G.I. Joe stuff for birthdays. And my answer would be, yeah, we probably shared almost all of it.
Yeah. At some point you learned the lesson to not let me take it home with me.
Yeah, there was a few of those.
Which was good, because if it went home, it was gone.
I never got it back.
But yes, he was always willing to share. And we always did the Godzilla versus G.I. Joe. We had a lot of crossovers.
Legos was fun. Yeah.
Will, you got one more?
Yeah. So you've done a lot of mission work and gone different places, traveled a bit. What's the weirdest thing that you have willingly eaten that a lot of people would look at and go, that's completely disgusting?
Chicken feet.
Chicken. Where was it?
In the Philippines. So it was just the claw of the chicken, and there's a little tuft of meat right on top of the claw, like right where the leg meets the claw, and they fry it And it was just, I mean, it was almost like eating a clam strip or something. You know, it's like tiny little piece of meat. Yeah. And I almost ate balut, I think is the name of it. Some of you people who go to, and it's an egg that's like half processed, but it's like, I mean, half grown, but it's still got really soft bones, kind of like eating the bones out of a salmon can or whatever. But they basically cook the egg with that in it and you eat it whole. But they kept trying to get me to eat it. We never stopped to get it until the last day. And I had been sick all night before. I was like, not today. So I got that close to eating that, but
no thanks on that.
All right. We'll wrap it up with a lightning round one more time. Here we go. Would you rather work on one big project or juggle several smaller ones?
I like small ones because I can kind of check them off my list. I get really ADHD, I think, on some level with big projects. So I kind of like juggling a lot of little ones, but I guess most of the time that would be my answer.
All right. Do you think success is more about talent or perseverance?
Perseverance, because I think a lot of people don't put. If people put effort into it, I've seen a lot of people be able to accomplish things that maybe people said they couldn't by just persevering and pushing through it. So,
is it more important to be liked or respected?
Respected.
All right. And then finally, Mr. 45 himself. We love you, Ben. As long as we're living, you'll always be older than me. So age before beauty. If you were assigned an animal from Noah's Ark to take care of, which one would you pick?
Any animal to take care of? I don't have to take it home after the flood. You're just saying like while we're on the ark.
You're getting it through through the ship.
Through that time. My boring answer would be like a dog, just because I like dogs. So I know I could handle that. But then like if dinosaurs are on there, you got some baby dinosaurs. I don't know. That might be pretty fun. I just don't want to lose a hand. So, you know, I'm probably going either dogs or dinosaurs if they're little and don't have too much that can eat me.
Well, there you go, folks. Mr. Birthday Boy himself. Thank you, Ben, for jumping on. Thanks for joining us, Will. I know you guys are smack dab in the middle of VBS tired. I've been thinking about y'all. I am marching into my final Sunday at Riverside, be wrapping it up. And there's a chance that if we get 50 kids at VBS at Riverside on Sunday, I could get pied in the face by every one of them as my last official act as the minister at Riverside. So
I'm tempted to bring my kids just so we can get to that.
That would get them halfway there, just alone on that. So, but I hope it's the best birthday ever, Ben. I'll try to leave you alone, which probably will add to making that birthday better.
Just another day at this age.
Yeah, but Will, if you get a chance to get those 45 whippings in there on him, you just take that up. You make it happen.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.